Dumelang! How are you all doing tonight? I hope you're all doing well. Uh, yeah, guys. I hope my sound. I don't know. Still having troubles with that setting for some odd reason. So if it does go quiet, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna sit with it the whole night and put it up. I changed drivers. I mean, I've updated the drivers. I've done everything, and yet it still does that. It just keeps doing this. So how are you doing, PJ?
Fantastic. Yourself, Flatterside?
Flat as well. I'm doing good.
I bet if you ever go in MDD again and Ian is moderator, I guarantee she'll never get it right. She'll always call you Flatterside now.
But yeah,
Guaranteed.
that's good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, I had worked late again tonight and whatever, and I try to get my sound sorted, and yet it's still doing this bugger up. So if anybody has any other ideas what I can do, I've changed the settings to everything do not allow to change. I've updated the drivers. I've checked there's no virus, there's nothing, so I have no idea why it's doing that. It keeps just changing.
Yeah, I've got to say, if it keeps doing that, I mean, for everybody else it seems okay in chat. When it's okay in chat, if you're okay in chat with them with the sound, it kind of fades out for me. It starts. If I get any trouble, I'll try Discord and see if it sounds any different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
They're saying you are super loud.
See, I think it's just my voice. I think it's because Michael always says I'm loud, and I'm doing it through the phone. So the phones ain't usually got the best mics, and it's a Motorola, so it's not like it's a £150 phone, so it's not the most expensive, you know. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just loud.
How dare you buy a Motorola?
So free advertisement. We're not sponsored by them.
No. So I do have the guys. I do have Discord open. Let's see. I said, will anyone present anything? Yes, I have faith. 0%. Wow. Not a chance. 62%, and do hope so. 38%.
Yeah, that's kind of what I went for. I do hope so.
I do hope so as well, because it would be nice if you actually get people that come and debate, show anything. You guys can present whatever you choose. It doesn't matter, even if it's about orange juice. It's up to you. Whatever you want to present, it is presenting evening. Because I mean, usually Tuesday nights I'm not on anyway. But I decided, let's this week go through, because Friday is not going to be up, Saturday and Sunday is not going to be on.
So you're doing Wednesday and Thursday, and it's just Friday, Saturday. You're not on.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I'm not on. So
and Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
Monday I'll be back home, and then I'll stream Monday nights.
Groovy.
Why is it doing that? Okay, so I want to say hi to everybody here. Let's see who's in the chat. PJ Krukshek, obviously. Duh. Moxie, where he's formed. Good to see you, dude. Mrs. Oakley's vibrator, hello. Oxbow Spirit, good to see you. Sergeant Rock, thank you for coming. Michael Khan, always good to see you too, mate. Alan Norstrand, hello. Glad you could make it. Richard G, good to see you, mister. Dr. Bass Ackwards, great to have you aboard. Coral Opple, hello. Glenn Salsh, always good to see you too. Better Than Gold too. Hello, Better Than Gold, great to have you, mate. Really hope you can get your other channel sorted out soon, so you can go back to your original channel. Who else? I think that's everybody, yeah. So it's good to see you guys all. I'm glad you could make it. Brian Stavely, also good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. So Discord is open for anybody that's willing to want to come present. This is present evening. Like I said, you can simply come in and you can present about orange juice. It really doesn't bother me. Present what you want. If you just feel you want to come and give a shout out to anybody, you're more than welcome to come in. Hey, Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. And maybe 5, also good to see you. Some flat earth evidence. What do you mean? There's always flat earth evidence. Actually, there's only flat earth evidence. So don't know what his problem is. I mean, how much times do we have to go through? There's no globe. Yeah, guys, please do subscribe to Sergio's backup channel in case you haven't missed it. His main channel has got a strike, so it's down at the moment. Please do subscribe to it. And Arwood's also got a backup channel. Do so, please, guys. Okay, well, I will present then some of my merch. How's that sound?
Why not? Why
Yeah.
not?
I mean, we can present anything we want. So I'll present some merch then. Since while we wait for someone to come in and see if they're going to present anything. Hey Mojo Shop, great to see you, mate. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, this is one of the new merches. The Earth is flat. I actually love the shirt. I think it will look quite cool. Obviously, that you get in different colors. I think it suits it quite well. $23. What else? Okay, that's just the Earth is flat. What's them? You're going to do something fearless. This is with the green. Obviously, it's also got different. I got even one on the back. You see where it's on the back of the shirt. So the front of the shirt looks normal, and you can have it on the back. Do something fearless, because I know some people asked for do something fearless, which I thought was really awesome. Because I do like to do something fearless. And then this was the do something fearless, like the shirt I've got.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to get one of them. A vest and a hoodie. Gotta be.
So yeah, I'm gonna do more of these guys. Just wordings and stuff like pressure.
Absolutely. You gotta do. May the pressure be with you.
Yeah, may the pressure be with you. I'm definitely gonna do. So yeah, definitely. If you guys are any interested, please do go and check out the merch. So I've presented something. Is anybody else going to present? This lady that thinks the moon is a spaceship. What do you know? That actually fits in with my thumbnail I made.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys saw my thumbnail. This is by fluke. This is nothing to see. That's the moon. It looks like it's built.
Yeah.
So that's by fluke. That's the same. Odd stuff. Do you want us to go through that maybe until someone decides they're going to come present to us?
Why not? Why not? I hear Sci-Fi Dan. I haven't watched it. Like, has been debunking himself again. Oh, see what I mean? Squat says I'm really loud. Ouch! Why is PJ so loud? Flats is fine, but PJ turned down his mic. See, I can't do anything my side because it's the phone. You know what I mean? There's no settings
hiding in
you can
your
do.
business's data?
But I don't understand. You're so soft for me. I even set you down lower.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. I feel like I think maybe it's maybe just a fluke of the phone. It's just maybe got a really good mic for some reason.
What does do something fearless have to do with flat Earth? Nothing. Why does it have to do something with flat Earth?
Well,
It actually
it
does
doesn't,
go
but
to do with flat Earth.
it kind of does. It kind of does because
be brave to
just
do
to talk about flat Earth is doing something fearless. Because if you've got fear of man, you're not going to tell people you're a flat earther. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. It does do something fearless.
The moon
sharing the
is a
gospel.
beautiful...
Yeah, because the thing is, you would be going against consensus. So do something fearless. Then I agree. Yeah, if you put it in that way.
Yeah.
So I like do something fearless. I think it's quite a cool motto. Something that everybody should aspire to. I mean, imagine you're afraid to do anything in life, you won't get anywhere.
Yeah, like do something fearless, like tell the truth of the gospel, tell the truth of the flat Earth. Doesn't mean say do something daring, like jump off a building without a parachute.
No, only the one.
That'd be silliness, not fearless.
Only the lonely. I think I should rather say, where's the globe dome?
Yeah.
Where's the globe's dome? I think that's the shirt I should say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peaceful Warrior, for your £2 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. He says green screen like NASA. Thank you very, very much. I should be ordering my green screen end of the week, guys, because tomorrow is the 5th year. So then it should be going off, and then I can order my green screen and my earphones.
Nice.
Really looking forward to
And,
that, guys.
do you think Simon Dan's globe's getting bigger? It just seems to be bigger every week.
No, as far as I know,
Well,
it's an actual post on the wall. That's how devoted he is to the idol worship of the globe.
actually, it's that big it looks like wallpaper.
But thanks again, Peaceful Warrior, for your £2 super chat. Really, really appreciate the support. Hey, Charlie. Walsh, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Terry the Troll, hello. Thank you for coming. And yeah, Squat. Let's see what this Mr. Guy is going to say.
The moon is a beautiful object in our sky. It really is.
I agree. Hey, Beck, XB Black Eyes, good to see you. The only thing I don't agree with you don't know what it is.
That's right.
Yeah, we all agree it's beautiful. Whatever it is, it's beautiful.
And over the decades, we have come to know a hell of a lot about it. So,
No, you've come to think you know a hell of a lot about it. Okay, religion, belief.
just imagine that you are so confident that everything we've ever learned about the moon is total nonsense, and that the moon is nothing more than an old spaceship used by an ancient race of superhumans.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, that's a new one.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Dear, oh dear.
Moon is a
All what the moon actually is and why it's really here. Let's join her.
Hey, Iron Horse, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. He says he's an asteroid the size of a... What? He's on an asteroid the size of 86 penguins. That's a good one. Oh, man.
She's about to enlighten them.
the moon is an Anunnaki spaceship.
Anunnaki.
And they-
It seems he's never heard of the word Anunnaki, aka the fallen ones. They actually demons, but the people are pushing them as aliens. You understand?
Yeah, I believe that anybody that's seen a ghost or an alien or something like that, then it's some kind of demon influence. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and remember, they've been pushing Project Bluebeam for quite a number of decades. So obviously they're going to take the Anunnaki, aka the demons, as the aliens, as the Great Deception. So when they come and have an excuse, you see, it is a globe. There's aliens. They've come. These are the aliens. In the meantime, they're just demons that's been here all the time.
Yeah,
You understand?
exactly. Oh, Squat's saying it's I'm not too loud now. It's just you that's too quiet.
Really?
Nice one, Squat.
I'll just do
Back
that
to
again.
camera.
I'll set myself up again. Okay, I'm up again, guys. Sorry, it's still changing. I've set the I've got put drivers, redone everything. It just doesn't.
It's a strange
want
one,
to
isn't
stay.
it? It's a real strange one. That it just keeps slipping back.
Yep, exactly.
They lived in it for hundreds of years. And basically what they did is they were looking for a place to be. So they were looking for a planet.
Now, the Anunnaki, I believe, is what some people think is an ancient species or alien race, and that they posed as gods during the times of the Sumerians through to the Babylonians, which is over 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, the fallen angels. They came and procreated with women, and thus became the giants, the Nephilim.
Yeah, the sons of God came to the sons of man, daughters of man. Sorry, not the sons of man, and so that they were beautiful. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, because they lusted after the woman.
Mm.
Then they came. No, at the moment it doesn't look like technology's my friend. Squat, I 100% agree. It just doesn't want to work. But yeah, where were we? The so-called Anunnaki aliens or fallen angels, as you put them, came and taught taught how technology, taught all the things we know today. Because they gave the infinite knowledge, and that's why when the people look at like the tree of knowledge, that is what they meant. They lied with They conversed with the fallen angels, and therefore they let them teach them the knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah, things that man shouldn't have ever known, really.
Yeah, because the people think it's literally an apple that they ate. You understand?
Yeah,
take
no,
it as a
it says
garden.
fruit.
Yeah,
It says a fruit. It's not literally an apple. I mean, it could have been an apple, quite possibly,
That's
but
quite interesting.
it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
say
wonder
much.
what it actually said. Did it say apple or fruit?
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you think about the three wise men. Did it say three wise men? No, it didn't.
It
But
didn't.
everybody associates it as three wise men. So yeah, guys, remember.
Well, I think the three wise men thing, it's because of the three gifts. I just think automatically people think because of the three gifts.
It wasn't
was
actually three
an
gifts. It
individual
was
gift
just,
each.
yeah, it wasn't actually three gifts. It was because they gave frankincense, myrrh, and what's that? So you automatically in your mind make it as three. Could be.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, DSTV. Discord is open if you guys want to come present. While we're waiting for you, we're just going through a little bit of Simon Dan and Lady Spaceship.
Now, straight away here, Honey is insinuating that the Anunnaki were actually real, and of course, that they lived inside the moon.
And they
I don't see why he's actually being this way towards her. You believe gravity's real. Is it any different? You believe space and time are bending and warping. Do you understand that? It's exactly the same kind of thing. So he's actually very hypocritical because he's got exactly the same type of logical, how can I say, sense in believing things. A kilogram of tomatoes.
finally found one, and that was Earth. But the Anunnaki were from fourth density.
See? Fourth density. The fourth dimension, guys. You see what I mean? That's why they push it into Project Bluebeam. It's in the fourth dimension. That's why we haven't noticed them yet. They are a dimension higher than us, so therefore they were seen as gods. They are too advanced for us.
So when they came to Earth, they dropped into the third density frequency.
Is it? How the hell? You don't say density frequency, you say dimension. What the hell is a density frequency?
Can I ask a question? Do you know what Arvin got a strike for? Because there's someone in here bragging that them it got him it.
They say he was a bully or something. Somebody reporting for bullying.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
There's a bit of bragging going on that, oh yeah, I got Arvin his strike. It doesn't really matter. It's not something worth bragging over, is it?
Well, why would someone be proud to have got someone to get striked?
Exactly.
And I don't give a damn if you're proud of it. It just shows you're an immature little child, probably in a basement somewhere. Because if you're proud,
I mean, even if you did do it, why didn't you have to keep it? Why didn't you keep it yourself? You know what I mean? You're just bragging to other people just to get attention. Yeah, it was me that did this to Arvin. Nice one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it shows he doesn't have the maturity level to actually converse them. If he starts reporting channels for bullying.
See what I mean? Charles already Mr. Oakley's vibrate. Idiots. Absolute idiots.
I know what the fourth density is. I can see it.
Hey, how's it going, mate?
What promotion? You just look in there, man. Yeah.
I didn't even hear whoop.
Yeah, I was talking with some people about some crazy stuff.
Yeah, only lonely. I know it was off topic, but you're the one bragging about it. You know what I mean?
Hey, what is up? Good to
Man,
see you, mate.
man.
So can you
One
explain
of their moderators kind of said, "Yo, you can't talk about that."
I just want to say to what is up. Yeah, there's no topic. The actual topic of tonight is just anybody can come present. I do have Discord open if anybody wants to come present. Will be great.
That's a good point, actually. There is no topic tonight, so what do you mean off topic, dude?
Exactly. Like I said, they can come present orange juice if they wanted to. It really doesn't matter. Would you be able to explain to us the fourth density, Lotion?
Well, if it has anything to do with what I'm seeing, I was just, joking at that. But it seems to be the electromagnetic frequencies that are manifesting themselves in physical reality.
Well, there's one thing I would agree though. Everything has a frequency.
Right.
Definitely, there's no doubt about it. Every single thing in has a frequency. That's why it's even healthier for you to walk barefoot than it is with shoes. It's been scientifically shown to be validated. They've taken people and they tested this many people to see if they walk with shoes and without, there were health benefits to people walking barefoot. And they believe it's got to do with the frequencies. So I think that's very interesting though, because it also makes you think of all the old buildings of the of the generations in history. Look how the buildings are created. It's created with kind of this taken into account. Hey, Flat Earth Warriors, good to see you. Thank you for coming. It's taken to that kind of account where they caught almost like you can say free energy, which is really interesting stuff.
Now,
some of those pictures I sent you are kind of what I think is fourth density, where it's like residual energy from another overlapping or onlaying wavelength.
Okay, so it's like a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I am paying attention. I'm doing two jobs at once. So I think it's up to me. If Michael wants to time you out, he can time you out. Don't go whinging to me about it.
Why is it the
As
globies
a
are always
part of our
playing
matrix
victim?
is falling apart or deteriorating because of the destruction of what they use cell phone towers for and shit.
Yep. I also think, I think it's there's a lot. I mean, even the militaries and stuff, they've always been interested in frequency weaponry. There has to be a reason for that. They use different frequencies that they try and light frequencies, sound frequencies, everything they try their best to try and figure out and use it as a weapon.
Yeah, it's true.
See, we were talking about how they synthetically make ingredients using chemicals to either alter your frequency or disrupt your frequency. Let's say when Jesus reveals himself to you, right? He's standing there right in front of you, but because of the frequencies that are being altered or disrupted using the chemicals and all this bullshit that they give us, that you wouldn't even be able to see them.
Okay.
It's mad.
Lumpy might come present. That would be quite cool.
Goodness.
Let's go on.
What I've seen in terms of looking into this a bit, I've understood that densities are forms of consciousness. Now, the third density, I believe, is a state of self-awareness, so humans, for example. And the fourth density, as far as I'm aware, is something like the first stages of enlightenment, where you begin to understand that you and nature are one, or something like that.
Wow. That's quite profound. Yes.
He actually just said it, altered consciousness.
Yeah, just like you just said, yeah. Very interesting stuff. So it's sort of on a spiritual kind of wavelength.
Right.
Because when you're reading scripture, you're also generating a frequency based on the information that you're given.
Yeah.
And that's what brings you closer, I feel.
So what we get from this then is that Honey basically thinks that the Anunnaki are better than us.
And it caused them to be polarized. So they kind of split into the good and the bad.
Oh, we're such a bad influence, us humans, aren't we?
So you have the bad and the good.
Hey, Jamacho Wombat, good to see you. Thanks for coming. But like I said, you see the similarities of that story of the Anunnaki. It falls quite deep into the similarities of how Enoch explains the fallen angels. Okay, cool. Lumpy, we'll wait for you, mate.
And thousands of them were on this spaceship.
Spaceship.
And that was all, pretty much all that.
Guys, can we say globies are... Yeah, guys, this is a globie, by the way. If you say spaceship, then you know it's a globe believer. Just had to point that out.
Yeah. Is Lumpy coming to present something, yeah?
Yeah, he wants to come present.
Cool, cool. Love what Lumpy presents, man. Good stuff.
But like I said, it's amazing how the globies want to tell us how dumb we are, yet they got globies telling us the moon's a spaceship.
Wow.
Swayman, New Age Dan, exactly soundly banana.
Was left of their society.
So the last remaining thousands of this Anunnaki species, they made a spaceship, which is what we call the moon, and they drove it to Earth to hang with us peasant humans. Gotcha so far.
So I think that their world must have been destroyed. I haven't tuned into that, but I always get that was all that was left. And the moon, so if you think of the moon, think of the Death Star in Star Wars.
Wow.
So let's put it this way: this woman's trying to base her belief reality, or whatever you want to call it, on a movie franchise.
Wow.
Dude, you serious, black guys? I'm sorry, guys. I just don't know. It keeps going down. I can't keep it at a steady pace, and as soon as it goes under 60%, then it's too quiet. I just don't know how I'm going to sort this out. I mean, I've tried. I'm going to. Hello? Testing 1 2.
Is it just me, or is everybody hearing?
Hello?
Same as me buzzing. I might have to go back
Hello,
out and come
hello,
back in.
hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can people hear me in chat?
I can hear you.
Type one if you can hear PJ in chat.
1. I can hear you.
I can hear you and a dustbuster.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can just hear. Okay, I didn't even know you're right. So they can hear me right flat. So I can't hear you if you're talking. I can hear Lucian. Lucian can hear me. But...
Guys, 3 for me. You can hear me. 3 for me.
Oh, we're hearing is like Lucian said, it's a dustbuster. It's like a buzzing to me. 1.2.
3 for me.
Because I'm loud.
Guys, 3 for
Nice.
me. Because if it's working
3 for me.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Wow, I'm even talking low. Am I loud to you? Lucian?
They can hear you, PJ.
No.
But they can't hear me.
It's mad. It's only in the chat. I seem loud. I can hear PJ. Right, so I know what's going on with that.
Okay.
Maybe they tapped me. Hold on.
Oh, he's just.
Can anyone hear me? That's what I'm asking. 3.
Go out and back
Okay,
in.
they can hear me. They can hear me. So it's just PJ.
No, it's still the same. I'm gonna go out and come back.
I'm gonna leave. Okay. Guys, they can hear me, so then there's something wrong with Element probably. So that maybe fixed the problem. It's picking up here. Hopefully that's sorted it out. PJ's sound is terrible.
Right, right. What am I sounding now?
Ah,
I can hear you now. All I could hear was buzzing for a while.
okay. Well, they can hear me. I think it's all working now. Everybody's good. Great.
Yeah, all good. What did you do?
I said don't allow, and then I had to do it allow again, and now it's fine.
Right, okay.
I hope it works that way.
It
That's why
seems
it's
okay.
low
I
where
can
the
hear
other
you as
guy's
well. No
extremely
change.
loud. You're extremely loud.
Wow, see what I mean?
I'm gonna set
It's
you
crazy.
down.
And I'm actually talking low, and I'm about 2 feet away from my phone.
I'm gonna set you low again.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, guys, I've set him low again. I hope it's.
And I am talking low as I can.
Okay, let's do this.
First,
I'll take ideas that would never have been thought of if not for popular sci-fi culture for $100, please, Alex.
and the moon was the place that Earth would. So let's start again here. So think of astrology and how the moon is like this huge figure in astrology. So this is another part of the tune-in.
I can't believe these people are. She's looking at her like she's insane. She almost wants to laugh. She's thinking probably in her head, "What the moron? What the hell is she talking about?" This guy's looked like he's falling asleep almost. He's trying to figure out what the hell she's going on now, probably. Hey, and Dummerfist, good to see you. And he's quiet now. Oh, and
That's what I'm saying. Squat just said, what was he said? Oh, where's it gone? Where's it gone? Said something about oh yeah, but I'm not holding the phone, dude. The phone's on the table about two and a half foot away from me, so I'm not even holding it. I'm working off a tablet on YouTube and using the phone for Element for voice chat. There's no settings I can go into to try and sort it. It's just how the app is, you know what I mean?
Alright, set it again. You see, as soon as I say allow, then it doesn't. But if I do don't allow, then it doesn't work anymore. But now it just doesn't change. Maybe because it's, I don't know. Let's change it to. It's sad, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Thank you, Scott. The best I've ever sounded. Oh, man. Let's just hope it stays this way now. Testing 1, 2. Okay, I see Michael has joined. This is very professional, eh? There we go.
There we are. There we are.
I'm very professional, eh, guys? Okay, now it seems to be
Second,
staying
mate.
on 100. Hopefully it stays on 100 now and stays there.
What do you have to say about him screwing up the chat, huh?
It's a conspiracy.
Absolute conspiracy. Oh, look, Lumpy's it. All of a sudden, there's just like, woof, a load of people just zoomed in. How we doing, Lumpy?
I'm good.
Good to see
Great,
you,
mate.
mate.
How's everybody?
Great.
Excellent.
Yeah, good to be here. I posted the video if in Element, or I can put it in Discord. And I just want to go over what my thought is on it, and then it could be dropped or whatever until somehow the mechanism can be made, and then it would have to probably be shipped to people. Like if it does do what I suspect it does, we can all have a look. So anyway, so let me try and explain the mechanism at the best I can. There's two posts. One is connected to a cover for a valve that is on either side of the piston. So when the piston is pushed, because gas would move in a straight line, it's going to open the other side because they're attached because of the rods. So as the piston's pushed one way, then that valve gets closed, but the other one is opened, and therefore it pushes the piston back.
Okay.
And the principle I believe it's working on, and that's I suspect. You guys are right. I probably need to see it myself, but I suspect this is how the principle would work is that the energy can't be destroyed. And that it's possibly two separate systems, or it's just the gas moving in a straight line and pushing against the wall of the container, which would be the piston. And then when the valve gets shut, and so the one rod is attached to just imagine a plate that covers a hole on either side. As it goes back and forth, it actuates one valve cover or the other, but it's one solid plate attached to that rod. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, I understand. But let's look through it, because I'm sure there's some people that has.
What are you trying to achieve with this mechanism?
Well,
Perpetual motion.
movement.
Okay, gotcha. Like a perpetual motion,
Movement.
or
Yeah, how either one of a couple things. Either I could post it in the live stream and people could take the time to look at it themselves, or the more risky thing would be play it on the show, which I don't want to risk the show on any level. So I'm not really a big advocate for risking the show. I don't want to do that at
No,
all.
I'm going to play some of it.
but
I mean, the guy did.
As long as the gas is pushing, I suspect that piston will move, and if the piston moves, that means the valve exchange will happen, and therefore the force available, I suspect, would be the same as the pressure of the gas within the containment. So what happens is that the gas gets cut off by a check valve, and now the wheel or the piston would need a starter sort of situation where it needs to get it moving, but once it's moving, I believe the gas will continue to move it. Now the part where I do get kind of, I do wonder is how, it's gotta be like a separate system or something, in the sense that as energy's generated, will it cause the gas to just stall like within a car tire? But either way, even inside of a car tire, it's still pushing without loss as long as the containment is maintained. So these are the principles I suspect, if it works, that's how it works. And entropy can be zero. It just cannot decrease.
sounds kind of how a torque converter works, by cycling fluid through a turbine and then hitting the opposing side that speeds it up and then feeds back into the middle, speeding it up even more. And the only way that you can get that is if you put energy into it to get it started, and it kind of maintains its motion.
Okay, guys, can we watch the video?
I'm gonna post
and then...
this into the live chat, and again, I don't want to risk this channel.
No, don't stress.
And I
Lumpy?
haven't seen it happen for myself, so
Okay, Lumpy,
hold on a sec. I gotta be sure to
let's
deafen.
watch some of
I gotta
it.
shut that down.
I think it's-
I'm watching the ad for. I'm going back to YouTube. I had YouTube shut off.
Okay.
So I do have the last thing I copied was it. So
Can
this
you hear me?
is it, and it's
Hello?
going there now. And
Is it not working?
yeah, I don't want to ask Flats to risk his channel. Flat
Hello?
Earth is super important.
Hello?
I think
Testing 1, 2.
and Flats has
I
got.
don't think he can hear me.
Flats, right? I'm really.
I don't think he can hear me. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
I admire you for that, Flats.
I don't think Flats was able to talk for a bit. He's just gone out and come back in. Can you hear us?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Can hear you now. Can hear you now. Yeah.
I'm talking, but nothing's happening.
I hear you, Flats, right?
Okay,
Was you mute all that time, Flats?
I thought I wasn't, but I was apparently. Okay,
Yeah, no, I seen your mouth moving. I was like, no, I don't think he can. I don't think he's getting through.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure because nobody in chat was saying anything either, so I wasn't
okay,
sure.
guys. Okay, so I'm gonna play some of the video. Then it's
Yeah.
easier for you to explain. Okay, Rumpy. Because at the moment people are really confused.
Okay,
They don't
if you're
understand what you
okay,
mean.
I don't think the guy. Hey, you know what? When I brought up Flat Earth on his channel, he gave my comment a heart. By the way, the owner of the channel, he's just a machinist who I've been following for a while because of some of his techniques he uses to make parts. And you know, I mean, so it's an interest of mine, which is machining and making precision parts. But when you pop this on, you know, I mean, we can see, I kind of need to see it too, but I just really wanted the flat earth community to have a look at it, and we could dialogue about what's, you know, if there's a trick, or if it's really what it is, which I suspect it is what it is. But yeah, go ahead and play it, Fletch.
Okay, yeah, guys, because he did comment to me as well. Obviously, this was.
He did.
Yeah, obviously, this was brought up on April Fools. Just want to see where he commented to me, so you guys can see the comment.
Okay.
I'll just see if I can find my comment though. I hope I can.
Great content needs a great audience, like a purple dinosaur
I
needs.
agree. Great content needs a great audience.
Like a purple dinosaur.
Yeah, right.
Sorted by newest first. No. Okay. Well, mine's not going to be at the bottom, so I'm not sure. Because I'm just trying to find where he commented to me.
Okay, yeah. I didn't get a reply other than a heart to the comment about flat earth, and invited him to come to you, Nathan, and Quantum Eraser.
Yeah, he commented
So he gave me a
on
heart.
my actual community post. I think it was, yeah.
It was
Okay.
I think it was my actual community post. There we go. Thanks for sharing
What?
my video.
way nice.
I can assure everyone there is no motor or electrical of any kind, no battery either. The large wooden block under the motor is so the flywheel has room to spin. The block is solid. So I just said the problem is the
Okay.
date. You see the skepticism. He says the date is not the problem.
Okay,
The date is the reason for the video, genius. Zebra, that's exactly my point. So he's actually validating my point. But anyway, that's why that's so skeptical, because it is kind of
It was on April Fool's Day, yeah.
yeah. That's why what makes it more skeptical. Not the reason that no one's been
I
able
agree.
to get perpetual motion to work. The fact that it was on the day just makes it more. Flats,
You're
raise your
absolutely right,
volume on
Platts.
your mic
I
again.
thought that too.
The moment you add any resistance to that, it's going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
Dr.
you
Yeah,
ever
the
Zach-
connect that to something, it's going to definitely slow down and stop.
Hold on, I have a question on that. Now, do you believe it will have the amount of resistance to stopping as it will the pressure pushing on the piston? Do you believe that'll be equal? Or do you think it would accumulate over time, slow down and stop? Say you had
I
it on
think
a generator.
I think because of friction.
The resistance accumulate over time.
Remember, it's work done. So once the work's done, it's already transferred that energy through to the surrounding system. So that's why I said eventually the friction will overcome and it won't be able to move anymore. But that's what I think. That's why I think it's weird that the guy didn't play it long enough to say, look, it's running for a week or a day, or you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Just maybe making it run for a
Right.
few seconds. And the second red flag that Michael actually brought up was he says he's going to patent it. Why will he first show it on a video and then patent? That's not how it works, though.
Well, yeah,
So that I
you're right
find
there
very
too.
odd. But I mean, working on the mechanics, how he's trying to explain it, it's got some logic to it. But I mean, that's why I say maybe if you add
Yeah.
something like a alternator, you know, that charges up while you've started it, that it just regenerates itself type of thing. You don't know, but I mean, it's just interesting. Let's just put
Well, it's
that way.
technically not electricity. It's air powered.
Yeah, this guy's
It's it's air pressure. Yeah, it's the thing is it's gonna push on that piston. However, just like Flat said, over time there would be if it's over time, if there isn't energy added, will it slow it down till it ends, and then it's just like a car tire, stagnant, energy
I-
available but not moving,
Do you
or will
guys-
it
Do you guys
will it
think?
cause that mechanism to keep moving?
Do you guys think he would actually come on if I had to invite him to come talk about this sometime? Who
You
knows?
can try.
Maybe,
Yeah,
it'll be
maybe.
interesting just to
You
see
can
what
try.
he says.
Maybe. I would like to, well, he does name the item, and man, I just don't have it. If I could just buy a flywheel, a couple pins, and then if I can get on a lathe and a mill to make the piston and the cylinder for the piston, and then the little plate, and then
Sounds like a lot of
a spot. It's like, so the flywheel and the two rods would be probably pretty easy. The hard part would be making that piston the right dimension and fitting it inside of a whole, a cylinder that isn't, out of round, and it isn't, gonna gall up at all right away. Them sort of, and the air won't leak. That's the challenge, is making that piston so the air will push without just flowing through it or galling up. Round is tough, cylinders are tough. These are the geometric dimensioning, not so much the tolerance, but the actual shape of what you make. But that's why I love machining. Everything about it's a challenge. I love it, to be honest.
Okay, so you're ready? So we can watch some more. Okay, let's do this.
This is the 1BI steam drilling engine from PM Research. It is a very simple design. Steam goes in here. There is a valve in here that slides back and forth with the motion of this arm. As that valve slides back and forth,
You see, that's already just how he was turning it. That's what I'm saying. It's already work done. And I mean, according to thermodynamics, that work done is going to just transfer the energy as heat to the surrounding system, so it can't come back. That's why I said, I don't know, it's weird. I wouldn't say this can work then.
In that video, he gives the devil horn sign with his hands.
At the end. Yep.
that's entered here.
Hold on just a second. He may not be aware of, like, our opinion of that on account. The Texas Longhorns, if he's a Texan, that's what they
He's a
do.
Texan.
Like at the
that's a
football
Texan.
games.
Exactly.
If he may have sent his children to that or been a fan of college football or any of the college sports, the Texas Longhorns, that's what they do. I'm not saying, I know his mind. I'm just saying there's that justification for the state of Texas and the college football team and other sports.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it could just be that. So it's not maybe that he's saying he's a Satanist or whatever, it's just, could be, because he's from Texas, he says Texas engineer. But like
Yes,
I said,
correct.
I can always ask him if he wants to come and talk about it sometime.
I would, yeah, why don't we? If it's really doing what he says and it can create torque, the question is will resistance to the air pressure cause the mechanism to become stagnant? That's the question I have, because if it's just gonna push like air inside of a car tire that pushes to keep that, if it continues to push and flow in a one-word direction, which would be moving that piston, then it is, and there's no it's not necessarily violating the first law, and as long as the pressure is maintained, it's not violating the second.
But you see,
That's kind of how I suspect it. Okay, go ahead.
But you see, that's the problem. Even if it's sealed, it's still going to release energy to the surrounding system. You understand what I'm saying? So that gas is still going to move, but it's not going to move enough to be able to overcome the friction of the moving parts, and that's why it won't carry on.
That could be correct.
That's what I'm. That's how the idea is very clever. I mean, it's high pressure to low pressure the whole time, recycling it. You know what I mean? So it's just going in that cycle of gas moving without changing energy. But the exchange of energy is not between the high to low, it's between the apparatus itself to the outside as it displaces that energy of work. So as it's already used work, it displaced the energy of heat, and therefore the friction will eventually be greater than what the gases can produce of energy. That's why I'm saying it could be like that.
Maybe.
And if he patents it first and then explains it and shows it to people, well, then he's already dead.
Yeah, well, no, this is one of the reasons I wanted this out and discussed is, not discussed like gross, but talked about so that, maybe there's some protection. I would like to get this concept,
Yeah, I mean, I think
spread
it's a
around
concept that can work. And that's
if
what I
it's
said,
viable.
But that's what I said. It's
I suspect it's maintaining zero entropy, and I suspect it's maintaining the lack of the potential for destruction of energy. These are the principles I'm seeing the potential of.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I know that I know. I haven't seen the item work for a week.
yeah. But like I said, that's why I said it's got the idea behind it. Is got something there. But I think if you would really want it to carry on going, you might need to put something like an alternator where it's generating a current to carry on working it. You understand what I'm saying? So putting in a
Well, yeah, that would be kind of
make
a
a hybrid
feedback
kind of
loop.
thing.
If it's just doing a generator to keep itself going, then again, it's kind of a feedback loop, which is the principle in the first instance.
Yeah.
I don't know, Flex. Okay, go ahead. Or we can be done there.
it's
They
gonna
could see it
no, it's
work or
interesting.
not,
I
but
mean,
basically, as long as the principle, well, you can go ahead, yeah.
Yes, sure.
Distributed to one end of the piston or the other. As it inflates the air on this side of the piston, the crank moves forward. The valve changes position, putting the air back over here, pushing the piston back. It is a very simple design. It is not like an internal combustion engine. This piston is pushed both ways at all times.
Paul says, anyone who thinks there is no friction, I've got a bridge to sell you. Well, you got a lot of globies that believe the Foucault's pendulum has no friction.
This is the intake. This is the exhaust. Now here's the concept. Take the exhaust, repipe it back into the intake under pressure, seal the whole system off, and the pressure should distribute equally from this end to that end, and back and back and back, and run by itself. With no supply, indefinitely. For this demonstration, I'm going to use a T, I'm going to use vinyl tubing, and I'm going to use 2 check valves. These are very important in making this work. You cannot see through them. That's why they're called a check valve. The red arrow indicates the direction of flow for whatever you put through it. I'm putting air through it. There's a rubber seat, there's a ball, there's a spring.
You see, so he's using, like he says, the principle that it's going in and out and it's just re-looping back into itself. But I mean, while it's doing that, all fair. But the problem is, while it's doing that, it's moving parts, which has friction.
Yeah.
Dr. Bass says, Vaseline
Well, the
helps
gas
with
is gonna push,
Yeah.
as long, if the gas is gonna push on all surfaces that would contain it, the chance that when the valve opens from one side to the other, that the gas will continue to push on that surface, but that surface is movable, that's the principle. And as long as there's pressure, it'll continue to push on the available surface.
Yeah.
And if the valve is closed on one end and opened on the other, it will push it back to exchange that position. And my suspicion is that that pressure will continue to push on that wall indefinitely without loss,
that's the
as
problem.
long as
There
the
is
pressure is
but you see-
maintained. That's my thought.
Yeah, but you see, the problem is, as Glenn Sash also says, there will be heat loss. That means it's work done. Then eventually the pressure will drop.
Well, heat would actually, generating heat would actually increase the pressure.
Yeah, but it's going to have heat loss. That's the problem. Godzilla 37, thank you
Heat
for your
loss.
$5 super chat. This super chat will not help fix the audio, nor will it likely be heard when read. So, hi, Mom. Thank you very much, Godzilla. Unfortunately, I worked late and stuff, so I didn't have time to really work on it. But like I said, I changed, updated my audio settings and everything, and drivers and everything, and it still just does that for some odd reason. But thank you very much for the super chat. So yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, Lumpy, but in practice, if you look at thermodynamics, it will lose energy because of work done, which it means energy is transferred as heat. and therefore once it transferred its heat to the surrounding system, the gas loses kinetic energy, which means it moves slower, and therefore eventually it can't move fast enough to have enough pressure to move the arms.
Well, then it would be a really good way to liquefy, say, hydrogen gas. Because there would be a loss of heat, and therefore we'd be able to, it would be a cheap and free way to make liquid hydrogen. See what I mean? See what I'm trying to get at with that argument? Does that?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not trying to be a
understand what
jerk.
you're saying.
I'm
No,
trying
I
to
understand.
extend it out logically to the conclusion.
Yeah, you're trying to work out how we can get it to work. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm trying. That's why I want to have this discussion. I think it's worth looking into, and I might make one of my own. I don't really know. I'd have to buy some material and get some machine time.
Well, I would think it'd be great if you
yeah.
could do something like that.
Believe me, I can do it on CAD once I have a laptop. Then I can write programs, and then it would be a very small amount of machining I need to do. Take me about 6 hours of machine shop time. All right, go ahead.
Sure, let's carry on.
Pressure goes in this way, displaces the ball. Whatever goes past it, goes past it. When it comes back this way, no bueno. It makes the seat. These will be arranged in such a manner as to introduce the pressure into the system, seal the system, and then have it go from the exhaust back into the intake all by itself. Give me a minute to strap everything down, cut this tubing, tie it together. This is now secured to this block.
I wish he turned it upside down so we could actually see inside the block, you know what I mean? That's also one thing I realized. He doesn't
Yeah, right. I hear
show
you.
on the bottom. He just says it's a solid block, but I mean he doesn't show us on the bottom. It's almost like he's very careful.
No, I hear you, but
There are some small finishing nails here to keep the thing from spinning, and there's a
Sure,
plate
the
on
guy's
either end
holding
to
it.
keep it from walking off the block when it does start. And I'm going to say it will start. I'll be right back. Let me pipe this up.
hey, Flatfoot,
Yeah.
pause that for a second. Do you see light in the middle of that block? Are you
Light?
seeing light coming through that block right there?
I'm gonna just have to go back a bit.
Under in the shadow there. When he tips it, are you seeing light coming through that?
This
Check
tubing,
again.
tie it together.
Mute. I'm gonna try and look for where if I see light.
Like under the block, there's the shadow, but then it looks like there might be light toward the middle of it, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't see any light.
That might be, because if it's just a block, then right there with that light, are you guys seeing, like when he has it pinned? I don't know how to better describe what
No, I
I'm
understand
trying
what
to
you're saying, but I
say.
didn't see
When
any
he
light
tips
there.
it,
I just saw the light from the room
I see
at an angle.
see what I mean? That in the middle of the shadow, are you guys seeing light there?
I'm not.
Okay, never mind. I was thinking maybe I did. Okay, go ahead.
The supply air is coming over from the mill. I squeeze the gun. The gun provides the pressure through the check valve. Check valve
Hey,
goes
yes, man.
through
Good to see
into
you,
the
mate.
T, pressurizes this whole line. It's not going to get past this because of this check valve. So the air pressure is going to follow the course of least resistance and go into the steam chest. That is going to start the reciprocal action of the piston. Any exhaust coming out is captured here.
So yeah, it's simple, guys. He's making
Back
it
through
that
this
it's,
line, back into the T.
he's making it that it comes in there. It pushes up through here, and then comes down at the bottom through here, back through the loop, and comes back up again. That's what he's doing. So it goes, it pushes the pistons, moves it, and can't release back here. He's going to cut this pipe as soon as it started moving, so you can see it's not feeding any air through anymore. But yeah, I just wish he kept it going longer, like I said. Oh shit, sorry. Okay, I put the sound back on. You see, the air comes through here, it pushes, it goes up around here, goes in here, it's got a chamber in here, it moves the pistons up and down, then the gas comes out of this valve again, it returns back here, and because it can't go back there, it just comes back again this way. An endless loop. And that's what I said, by in theory, it's actually very clever. But
It would be a wall of the container would be that piston, and being that that piston has the ability to move, it would continue to be the wall of the container. However, when it actuates to shut the one valve to open the other, therefore the new side of that, then that's the wall, the opposite side of the piston. Okay.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. But I think I'm going to try contact the guy and see if he'll actually come and talk about this. Then we'll know his intentions, you understand?
Right.
I'm going to cut this line, and I guarantee it stays running.
There we go, running. Exactly, Terry and the Troll, friction.
Yeah. I mean, there's bound to be some kind of
There's a
erosion
lot of
after a
friction
while
going
now
on.
anyway. But in theory, the idea is good.
So in there, cuts it, and it still carries on. So yeah, as it says, it comes in there, goes up, pushes all everything, goes back, comes in, comes up, comes back. That's all it's doing. That's what he's saying.
Are you kidding me? How cool is that? The exhaust is feeding the intake. It's going to run forever.
The exhaust is feeding intake like a turbo. Exactly, there's always friction turning. That's why I said, to me, I don't think this will work forever. It will eventually have to stop. Friction will overcome because it become greater, because the energy will be used and transferred into heat energy, which is then transformed and transferred to the surrounding system. So therefore the gas will lose kinetic energy and cannot move as fast as it did, and therefore eventually the friction of the moving parts will be too much. That's what I said, maybe if you could do something like this and you would add where it generates itself to be able to pushing on, then it's perfect. I mean, add a kind of like an alternator and a battery with a charge point that this charges it up. It's kind of a hybrid setup that it just keeps proposed. Then you've got a self-perpetuating kind of generator. Then you understand?
Yeah, something like recharges its own battery perpetually, sort of thing.
But you're gonna need something that keeps charging, and then you're gonna need a cooling system as well, because obviously the heat, if it carries on running non-stop, it's going to be quite intense. I mean, these pipes.
The idea is really good, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
the idea is good.
Yeah, as I said, in theory, it's quite an interesting concept.
Definitely.
I love it. There you go. I'm going to apply for a patent on this one. I don't know what you call it, but I'm going for it. Thanks for watching. Joe Pye, Advanced Innovations, Austin, Texas.
Texas Longhorns. There we go. But yeah, I think I'm going to contact the guy and ask him, does he want to maybe come and chat?
I really hope he does.
It's asking now, actually. Joe Pye.
Oh, we don't want the devil horns, though. You gave it the old devil horns walk on kind of thing. But, yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to chat to him, wouldn't it?
There we go. So we'll see if he ever replies or whatever again.
Ruby.
Okay. So thank you, Lumpy, for presenting. Appreciate it, mate.
Nice one, Lumpy. Fun Davidosi, man.
Anybody else have anything to present?
Sure, there's some Globers in that one to give us all the curvy proof.
If you guys haven't already, Face Reality brought out a new video. I'm gonna send the link in for you guys if you're interested in watching it and subscribing to his channel.
Maybe a demonstration of manipulating gravity or something, you know. You'd think they'd be knocking down the cyber doors in Discord by now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, this is your chance, guys. You can come present. Doesn't have to be globe, flat, nothing. It's just what you find interesting. Anything, you know? There should be something to present, guys.
Ooh, 2 seconds.
Do you... Or we can go through some STS stuff. Because I know he brings up some stupid stuff.
I would try to present light fidelity, but I don't want to connect to my computer to the internet. I don't know how to share my. I wouldn't how to. You know, I don't want to share too much of my screen.
Shame, poor guy.
But I guess you could. As far as the pictures in the sky, I guess you could show the video where they put sand on the metal plate and generate frequencies into it and give it patterns.
Oh yeah, I actually got that on my channel. I did a video on about the ether and stuff when I first started my channel. And the different frequencies give different vibrational patterns.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you look at the chemtrails that get sprayed and they get hit with frequencies from either planes or the cell phone towers, it creates patterns.
Okay, Paul says you can get summit from... What? You can get summit from Nout. What? Something from nothing. I think that's what he's trying to say. You can get something from nothing.
Oh, right, Flats, right. I want you to prove God's power because you're a liar.
Or like Mark Reed. Please prove God's existence while he's talking about quantum collapse. It's like, what? Nothing doesn't mean nothing, remember? Hey Owen, good to see you, mate. Glad you could make it. I'm looking for that video I was talking about. There we go. It's like one of my old... Thank you very much, Faciality, $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. It says, thanks for the supporting. Looking forward to when your green screen comes in. It's really, really fun using it. Possibilities are endless. I agree. Thank you very much for all the support, mate. I really, really appreciate it.
Nice one, first. Yeah, I like this single-handed one. He's paying for that green screen, isn't he?
No, there's quite a few people. I mean, that other Peaceful Warrior is also giving every stream £2, so I really appreciate it. And I mean, Skip, there's so much people that's really, really been supporting, so I really appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. Well, answering my front door. What's this I'm seeing on screen?
This has got to do with the energy around. I was trying to explain it's got an electrostatic kind of field around it. and it lights up the bulb. It doesn't even need to touch it
Yeah, I get
because
it.
it's releasing energy to the surrounding system.
Nice.
Yeah, go with the different
Looks like he made his own Tesla coil.
Yeah, it doesn't test the well.
Like crop circles, you know?
Yeah.
Like we were doing this before, all different kind of frequencies, different shapes, isn't it? Yeah, sound frequencies, yeah. Cool.
Isaman says, I sent you a link to the perpetual motion device in Dicors in the live stream chat. Let's check. There we go. Ooh.
See now with that video, if you use AI to basically map out where those lines are being created and the patterns,
yeah,
you can correlate. You can use multiple frequencies to make faces, make aircraft, make anything you want in the sky. I call it the paintbrush of frequency.
Yeah.
I consider that radiant. You know, anything that, say, I generate the radiant energy. I do that by my coils, my switching circuits. That's how I generate radiant energy.
Radiant energy. But yeah, that was just the frequencies of that. Interesting. Let's quickly listen what the guy says, because I didn't hear what he said from the beginning.
What is radiant energy? If you're talking about radiant energy, to me, what do I consider radiant? Okay, what I consider radiant is the capturing of a spike. I consider that radiant. You know, anything that, say, I generate the radiant energy.
Oh, radiant energy.
I do that by my coils, my switching circuits. That's how I generate radiant energy.
So he's saying radiant energy, okay.
Yeah.
In other words, what I'm saying is that I'm only concerned with a sharp transient in the spike as far as the radiant goes. You know, as far as negative energy goes, the negative energy comes from the battery. Once I generate this sharp transient and charge the battery, it's a negative effect to the battery because there's no heating of the battery.
So he's saying it's negative effect because it's not heating the battery. Because it's heating a battery, obviously, yeah, it's using energy. So that's why I say it's impossible to have a perpetual motion. because it's heating the energy, it's using work done. You can't get that work back.
And see when it's the
with the radiant charger. So basic.
Moxie, I think when he means negative, he's talking about negative pole, maybe? Because you get a positive and a negative pole, electric charge. That's what I think he means with negative.
The thing is to build circuits that generate these sharp transients and then steal that sharp transient and put that to the battery. That way I don't need much current at all to do it. Next question.
Could you talk a bit about the radiant spikes that we saw on the screen for the pendulum oscillator?
The radiant spike, the pendulum's a totally different machine. You know, and it's like one transient spike at a time.
One transient spike at a time. Do you have any idea what he means with transient spike? Only the lonely. He didn't even talk about gas here, so I don't know why you're straw manning to say he thinks that's a negative number. The guy didn't even talk about gas.
You know, it's still the same principle. It's still, each time that the pendulum goes up or the pendulum goes down, we just transfer that energy from one, right, it's a balancing act between, you know, the pendulum movement. And so one battery being lower than the other battery, it balances between the two batteries. And it's still the same wave, except that the wave it's much longer in time.
Yeah, as I said, charges batteries. That's got a negative and a positive charge. The only lonely is talking about negative of gas pressure. And he's not talking about gas pressure here, so I don't know what the hell this guy's on about.
What happens if you try to swap the primary battery with a secondary battery that's being charged with a radiant?
No, you can't mix the two sources. One electricity is completely different than the next. One, you're asking, you're putting in a positive form of energy, right? And you're asking for a negative form out, which is the radiant. And so therefore, you can't just swap the batteries without a time period between them. And we just can't take the back battery and put it on the front battery because it's just going to kill itself if you do that. However, you can put as many batteries as you want on the back.
Yeah, but I mean, the more batteries you're going to put on, the more transfer you have. But then the more charges, though, so the longer your batteries will charge.
Now you can move that to something else. You take the battery that you charge and run an inverter, and then you could run the inverter and charge the front battery. So you have to change the forms of energy because they're both different forms.
So that would apply to every one of your devices?
Every one of my devices.
In a normal circuit, when you increase the load, the current increases. What goes on in your circuits?
You're talking about Lenz's law.
Hey, Truth Over Comfort, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming.
You're talking about the back EMF interfering with the work of the...
See, electromagnetic, not gas. Only the lonely, so stop trolling.
motor.
Who's doing that?
That only the lonely. Telling you
Oh, no,
about
I've seen it grassed out enough.
Yeah, but he's saying he's talking about negative gas pressure when the guy's not talking about negative. He's talking about electromagnetic waves and frequencies.
Yeah, just the DJ.
Dr. Bass Edwards, can I come and share my cool rainbow video? Yeah, that'll be great, mate. Please.
That'd be cool.
It's free in the monopole system. We don't even have a Lenz's law. You know, we have no counter back EMF to slow down the motor under load. So if we slow down the motor, we can't draw more current. Whenever, you know, the current is just going to go down. Motor's going to go slower, same pulse, same spike's going to appear, same radiant. But we're not faced with a lens that's low.
Oh, he's speaking about Jolly Man. I don't think you understand what Jolly Man means when he talks about negative, guys. It means lower pressure, not negative as in his minus pressure. That's just misrepresenting. And Jolly Man, they did the same to me that time. When you talk about negative, you mean less than positive. How can I put this? When it's, let's say, 14 psi and you got 11 psi, that's what you mean negative. It's less. But they take it out as saying, oh, you're just an idiot. You're saying gas pressure can be in the negative. No, it's just misrepresenting and strawmanning what is being said.
Problem, you know, of counter electromagnetic force.
Is the pendulum system a closed loop system?
No, they were two separate loops. There were two separate loops. One being closed at the back and one being closed at the
You
front.
can definitely come and...
But the two loops are not tied together.
How do you join? You can come here on Discord.
You can't put the first battery on the second battery because it'll kill itself.
No, what I was thinking, if Elon Musk really wants to impress us, he'd put some kind of gearing system on one of the front wheels to regenerate power that feeds back into the battery.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a, toy RC car that'll die
You
eventually.
just need a relay, that's all. Get yourself a charging battery with inverter and just relay it. That's all.
Together.
This is almost like a glorified solar panel that doesn't use the sun. It's just charging it on its own by spinning. As far as I understand.
And it's out of phase from each other. So when the front's doing something, the back isn't receiving a signal at all. It's not until the pendulum swings the other direction.
So you had so when the pendulum comes down, the trigger pulse comes in.
Well, no, it comes in after. You got to charge the iron in the pendulum, and then the trigger pulse takes place later.
Exactly, Jolly Man. Moving the decimal point doesn't affect the weather, does it? Nope.
About 22 degrees after that.
In that motor behind you, you were talking about an imaginary South Pole. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
It's an imaginary pole between the two magnetic norths. Because remember, these are sharp pinpoint beams, and so they come up and they go around. And then, of course, the south appears, and you can see that you can see it with a magnetic indicator that between these poles, right in here.
Exactly, truth over comfort. I 100% agree.
The motor isn't running until it's past the pole. Between the two north poles is an imaginary south. And so, being that this thing comes around and gets triggered, gets triggered here, see, when it passes the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, has the Globus been able to demonstrate us gravity holding gas down indefinitely? Oh no, they make excuses like scale. Because it's all a belief system, guys. The globe is a belief system. Don't know how much more we can place it, you guys. Yes, you have faith. Not a chance. I do hope so. 31%. That's good to see. Hey, Undoctrinated. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Always good to see you, mate.
Circuit. Right, it's always past the trigger circuit by about 22 degrees. And so it's really in between these two magnets when the coil fires. So It's just imaginary.
Is
It's like,
it going to show this thing actually working?
it's a
It's just going
scalar
to
sound.
talk about it for him.
You can see it with a magnetic indicator. It shows up, but there's no magnetic pole there.
Let's see what he says. So we're still waiting for Dr. Bass Edwards to come into Discord and present. Another troll busy playing victim.
Oh, another one.
The only time out if it's necessary on
This is re-gauging.
Simple as that.
Right.
Control your mods like you've got a leash on us. We're mods because we've been trusted with something. So why would Flats have to control us? And if it got out of hand, he would notice it and do something about it. You know what I mean? That's why there's only about 5 mods.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't understand. Why is it always just them playing victim?
Exactly.
You guys will only time him out if it's really necessary. I mean, if the guy's just here to troll, you're gonna time him out. That's as simple as that.
Exactly.
Hey Brian Lee, good to see you. Message retracted. I was just about to read it, mate. But welcome, Brian. Good to see you, mate.
So the 0 is in the center here.
Right. When you say re-gauging, it was basically changing.
Right, let's do this. Because everybody's always said to me, I can't find the South Pole. Where is it? You get that on film there, Tony? I can't find the South Pole.
Wow. Because I mean, this has been actually. I mean, I've seen a lot of people using magnets to make a move because as soon as it's moving, the poles are just pushing it over and over, and it's giving it motion. I've seen this a lot. I also don't agree with this scale, Brian, or 100% don't agree with it. That argument is really idiotic. Scale doesn't matter, actually, if you think about it. It's the one thing they don't get is gas is unbonded. So if you're claiming gravity is pulling gas down, it doesn't matter the scale because you're on Earth and you're claiming the Earth's mass is pulling that gas down. So you only need one particle of gas to be here. So you don't need to worry about scale. You just do it on the surface of Earth and will show us how it holds it down indefinitely. They can't.
Armin's not evil. You know what I mean? I think you did more of an evil thing by getting him a strike for something he didn't deserve. So I guess Flatswood is cool, absolutely, but Armin's not evil. That's not a nice thing to say about someone when it's specifically definitely not true.
Did you check out Liberty Engine 2.0 yet? Check that one out on YouTube. Okay, we'll do that now. I just want to quickly show that how it's just spinning because of the magnets.
It's not balanced.
You're just proving that the wheel's not balanced.
And that there's a rock inside the
There's a rock in the bear.
Okay. Yeah. The professor must have his glasses.
Okay, spin the thing, dude.
Okay. So see, there's the north. Are you getting this, Tony?
Yep.
Here's the north. And then you move out here and see here's the imaginary south at about 23 degrees right here.
So yeah, guys. Very simple stuff. Okay, so what should I look? Liberty Engine.
What What about staying on your own topic only?
2.0, there we go. Liberty Engine 2.0. Ooh. Ah. Let's see the uncut. Showing adults like usual. Getting it up. Hey, Stobby B. How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming.
As you all know, Nikola Tesla was a revolutionary engineer who laid the foundations for electricity and energy in the modern world.
Very interesting stuff. I'm just scared with copyrights on this channel though. That's the only thing that bothers me though. Free speech is only silenced by those who have something to hide. Yep. If the speaker is wrong about something, dispute him or her or ignore them, i.e. grow a pair. I agree, Godzilla. Hey Woman Rider, thank you for coming.
Many of his projects remained ideas or were frowned upon in his time.
Magnetic engines.
In our previous video, we mixed some of his most ingenious ideas with our first Liberty engine to make a much more efficient and stable version. You can see the link to the Liberty Engine 2 setup in the description or by clicking above.
Wow. So then in other words they made the engine run on battery power. On magnetic power. That's quite cool. I remember a few years back I saw someone, he took a potato and he used water and salt in a potato or something, and he made an engine out of that it could run on potato water. Something like that. Really interesting stuff.
In that video, we showed you a trimmed down version of the setup and testing we did of the engine, and we put up a 2-hour version for members only, which you can see by clicking here.
Cool. I just want to see how it runs there. Beautiful setup there. Very beautiful setup. Okay, I'm just gonna put the sound off because I mean, don't really need sound. Just want to see how it runs. Okay, now it's gonna put it on. Nope, it's still sound music. Let me just get some. Wow.
Yeah, exactly right. Squid chat is toxic. Toxic. So I said toxic then. I was getting mixed up with the word topic because I was just talking about it.
Love you. Okay. Yeah, so are they going to actually show how it runs though?
So right now, he's going to turn that in again.
I was hoping I can just see how it runs there. See, it's running on magnets, if I understand that correct, and it's charging. So that's quite cool. So guys, the full uncut version of making this thing, I still can't figure out where the trick is. There's no trick. I mean, if in theory the magnets give a magnetic field, so it's just going to keep on giving push. I mean, remember a negative and a positive charge will the whole time keep it to perpetuate to one another, so it's pushing off of each other constantly. Do you think that maybe a magnetic charge will end up stopping after a while? I don't know. Maybe it will lose magnetic charge. That I wouldn't know. But yeah, I've seen this type of thing before where they use positive and negative batteries in relay, and that's what keeps it spinning. It's interesting. Okay. Hey Jeff, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. I'm petrified. Why are you petrified, Moxie? So yeah, that's. Anybody else have anything to present? I haven't heard of anything from Dr. Bass Ackwood said he wants to present. Maybe he's got on his channel, I think. Yeah.
You will survive, Matzi. You will survive.
You will survive. Hey, hey. Dr. Bass Ackwood, there we go. Videos. I don't know, because he's got the music on here. But I don't know. He says he wants to present rainbows. Should we choose one? Let's see, face first. Face first.
That'd be cool.
By the way, but you know it would be easier to sing without the cigarette in your mouth. Just saying.
Definitely.
I wish that if you feel the same, but there's nothing I can do to get inside.
Yeah, guys, do subscribe to him because he is quite talented. Go to a more recent one. Change is nothing new.
Nope. Shit, fuck. I'll tell you the story. My whole life, it's been a long, worrisome ride. But I survived. Everyone that thinks they know me thinks I have something to hide, but I never am. So fuck them. I'm always trying to see the brighter side or the better view, but I'm only on the ground. I wish I could fly up and look down and get off this rock and away from these sounds and away from these hounds. I'm aware but the fact.
If I think about his singing, I think about if you go and like go make a sit at a campfire, he'll be one of those guys that sit there with the guitar the whole time. And instead of talking to you in talking to you, he sings it to you.
Yeah, he just sings chatting to you as well. Plays a little riff to go with it. Ba-down. How's it going today, guys? Da-down. Yeah, man, definitely.
But he's got some awesome voice, so yeah, guys, do go and subscribe to him if you like that kind of music. Anybody else have anything to present? Ooh. Beyond the ice walls. What's this? Xenonesia. Okay. Italian PNC. I wish I could discuss normally without getting distracted by trolls. All you need to do is ignore them. That's all I'd say, just ignore them. Are we going to carry on with that Anunnaki woman while we wait? I hope my sound's still fine. No, it's very soft. So, Lotion and PJ, what do you guys have to say? Hello?
You know...
Because, I mean, we're waiting for people to come and present, and, I mean, I give them the opportunity to present, and they just don't. Hey, Christopher Liebens, thank you for coming. Great to see you. Really appreciate you, the sub, mate. Really appreciate you coming in. Huge shout out. It's good to see all the new faces. I don't know if you have anything you want to present, Christopher. We do have a Discord channel available if you haven't already joined. There we go in chat.
All right, I'll try this once. I'm going to try to connect my laptop to my phone. If I can get Discord up and I can share my screen, I will.
Can't you share on Element though?
Okay, then I don't think I have. I don't have Element on my laptop.
No, are you on your phone now?
I'm always on my phone.
Okay, yeah, okay, but you probably don't have what you're looking for on your phone. Hey, NH guy,
Right.
see you. Yeah, so because I know I can't share screen on Element on the computer, but on the phone I can share screen.
It's mad because Michael, me managed to be able to share screen on the Element, but you've got a desktop and you can't. Isn't it mad how it works out?
While he's doing that, tire exploding. I just have to say something.
You got a fan out there, Lotion. Debatable D's your fan. And the crowd goes wild.
This following content has been identified as YouTube community inappropriate for offensive in some audiences. I can't show it, guys. I wanted to show the exploding tire. Maybe this one. Oh, no, it won't work.
Appreciate his homosexual crush he has on me.
Propane tank explosion. Oh, it's also the same. Also, sorry guys. I can't
I
show
still-
you guys this stuff. But anyway, you get the point. Like this. Boom Original. They're sitting on a tire or something and it explodes. Okay? What do you think is going to happen? Whoop. Oh! This is going to be bad. Let's go by just before it explodes. If it's going to explode, is it? Oh, there we go. That didn't explode though, he just popped it. I'm looking for when they explode, but unfortunately I can't show it because, yeah, YouTube. But anyway, there you get the point. The tire blows out, and what happens to this guy? He gets flung out from the tire exploding, correct? So that what is a force? It's the force is equal to the mass times acceleration. So if gas pressure causes a person to accelerate, therefore gas pressure is a force. It's the force exerted on a surface. So the person is experiencing a force on him. Simple stuff. Okay, lotion, you coming right?
I have to download it.
It's soft again.
You gotta give me back. It's probably not gonna happen, but I'm trying.
Bye, Squirt. Thank you for coming. It would be great if you actually presented something, Squirt. So yeah, guys, I don't know. It doesn't look like any globies want to present globe evidence.
It doesn't, and like you said, it doesn't have to be about the globe or flat Earth. It could be about what goes into orange juice nowadays. You know what I mean? Whether it's saccharin or sugar, natural fruit juices, or all of it. You guys.
Meat shapers.
I'm just talking crap.
Let's see.
I'll probably get a comment in a minute. Stay on topic. No from only the lonely. Dum 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 de doo.
Look at the 0G. Wow.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
We don't need you to talk about it. We just want to, there we go, talk about that. You can talk about the parabolic flight so that people understand what's going on. Because they think it's magic.
Like the top parabola, it prescribes a ballistic trajectory.
Yep, ballistic. People have died pumping up tires for lorries mainly. Exactly, Jeff. It's actually very dangerous if you overinflate it. Seen where the mag rim has ripped apart and, well, yeah, flew and lodged into a person's skull. It's very dangerous.
A nice arc. There's no net G, so you get the free fall micro G environment. You done to the aircraft or not?
Don't need music. Really don't need music. Okay, yeah, he's gonna take off. Let's see. Woo! Why are they sticking to the roof? But one thing I have to say, look how more erratic this radic movement is. It's not very stable, as I would put it. I mean, it replicates it to a certain sense, like they're trying to say, but there's just some really odd behavior about this. Why did I go now? Nothing. Where's lotion? Not in yet. So guys, it doesn't seem we're getting anybody wanting to come in. Oh, flipping out. Why am I printing? Are we going to end the stream here? Hey Every Nation, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Well, I guess we're going to end the stream here, guys. Because there's just nothing to do. Nothing to talk about. No one wants to present anything to talk about.
I mean, how many times have you've done a show like this where you've given people a chance to present? Do you know what I mean? And the only people that do come and present is actual people on our side. So, I mean, apart from the odd occasion, but in general, it's just people from our side. So how many of these have you done now? About
quite a lot.
6, 7 in the past few months?
Yeah, and they just don't seem to... I mean, I constantly get them telling me, oh, you're wrong. You know, you really don't
They don't tell you what you're wrong about
physics.
and how to not be wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I said. Fine. Then come on. Tell me how I'm wrong and explain to me, correct me. But where are those people?
Exactly. Exactly. The keyboard warriors are the ones that sit there tapping away and giving it the big end behind the keyboard.
They don't get it.
Puffing up the pigeon chests. The cyber pigeon chests.
Yeah, they simply just trolls sitting on the internet, keyboard warriors. They don't have the kahunas to actually come and show anything of value.
That's it for that. I mean, there is a few people that have come and done it, you know what I mean? Fair play to them. But in general, I would say, yeah, nobody turns up. It's usually cricket.
Dupapoons, do you want to come and provide us evidence that Earth spins? Do you want to come and say that?
Now's your chance. You're always mouthing off in chat. Prove to us you're not 13-year-old and come and chat.
Come, show us how Earth is spinning, as you put it. Should be easy since it's you guys claim it to be scientifically validated, correct?
Absolutely.
These guys are on a roll lately. Apostate, a Prophet, and David Wood. They're really, really on a roll. He's got another channel where he acts. I think it's got to Muhammad's Boom. Yeah, Polymetics. Here we go. Oh, really awesome stuff. I think no, is it this one? Yes, it is this one. Where's the Boom Boom? I enjoy this. This with Elon Musk, but this one with Andrew Tate. Yes, it was actually brilliant. David really.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Muhammad's Boom Boom Room.
Boom Boom Room. Yeah. I suggest you guys should watch this. I'm actually going to share it for you because we're not going to be able to show the whole thing because, you know, just not get copyright stuff. But do go and watch it, guys. It's brilliant.
It looks funny.
It's very see access.
I am running your religion. I get to do whatever I want and say whatever I want, and no one ever holds me accountable for anything.
To check that out.
Well, that's because you're a famous male convert. If you were female, my followers would be harassing you and threatening you constantly to keep you in line.
And the thing is, what I love about it, he uses the facts that actually Islam is based on.
Yeah.
So it's really good. But yeah, guys, do go and watch it. It's really well made.
And ruin our mutual excitement.
Are you sure?
Top G.
Are you sure? You're sure?
Double top G.
Are you ready for your virgins?
Let the deflowering begin.
Gabriel, if you can hear me, tell our virgins that Prophet Mo and the Tater are on our way. Hello!
Duba, come and explain how the Foucault pendulum proves it.
Okay, come explain to us how the Foucault pendulum proves it.
Yeah.
Come. We got Discord open for you.
I mean, that's a Quran. That's a positive Quran, so you got building the proofs on you to back that up, dude. Don't do that.
Started with a sound.
Don't know who this is. Don't subscribe to him. Must be someone else subscribed. No, Foucault pendulum doesn't prove the Earth spins. It proves you're gullible. That's all it proves.
It all started with a sound, peculiar hear this solid ground? We're living in deep space. The center's any place, nowhere to be found.
I'll miss my guitar. Oh, I had a limited edition PV, but there were only 3 of them in South Africa, and we got desperate for money at the time, so I had to sell it. It was my prized possession, that thing. And I sold it for like a fraction of the price that I could get for it, which is really sad. Listening to things like this makes me miss my guitar very badly.
Yeah, I hurt my wrist on my left arm, and it doesn't bend as well as it used to, so I can't reach things like F's or C's. Do you know what I mean? So it's a pain.
It makes it difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably play little notes, a little like scales or whatever. But when it comes to chords, it's a lot harder now that my wrist doesn't work as well as it used to.
Sound.
Let's check this out. It stops. Glenn, what kind of tampons do you use for your altered parts? Yeah. Here we go. This is going to start getting into awesomeness. Guys, it's the stars that move, not the ground. How much more clearer can that be? I mean, if you look in the sky, do you see stars?
It started with a sound. Look, you hear the solid ground.
And this guy's in New Zealand.
We're living in deep space, and the center's anywhere. Nowhere to be found.
Yay! I did put the in there for you guys. I think the continents moves flat in a pond. The sky is stationary. So you mean like the continents are floating on water?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't understand the continental drift thing. I mean, it's as though like we're lily pods floating on top of water. I mean, don't they realise that underneath the water that we're joined?
Yeah,
It's all a big frosty thing.
Continental, yeah, the continental drift. I think they talk about.
Volume's all pot again.
It's hard to do this shit with no internet.
Is that all right? You keep
bet.
dropping in and out, do you, Lucian?
Yeah.
What, you on mobile data?
Hey Brandon, good to see you, mate. Yeah, guys, we've got a half an hour before the power goes off. So, interesting stuff. I'm gonna like this.
So I can watch it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can watch it on Discord. I don't know if I can join it on Discord.
You should be able to.
What's that gibberish that Duper's typed in chat? What does that mean?
Sorry,
What?
type in
That
chat.
gibberish that Duper Poons typed in chat. What's that? SJDJBJ. What's he on about?
Where? I don't see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What he says He says, what did he say now? The magnets use gravity. What? Magnets don't use gravity. What nonsense is that?
You guys are so annoying. You know that. You know that, people. Why you keep coming back? Because you're so annoying.
You have to mute yourself in Element then. That's Lotion.
Lotion.
There we go. Okay, so I don't
Yeah. What on earth was that, dude?
Okay, motion up.
Let's see if this is here.
Hey, Holden. Beautiful.
No, he's in Discord.
Is
I
that
better
your-
switch over to Discord.
Do you like the Holden SS, Lotion? Well, yeah, it's the Chevy SS, but I know then Australia it's the Holden. Yeah, there we go.
Has he gone into Discord, is he?
Yeah.
Right, I'll go over to Discord. It'll be easier.
Hello.
What?
Is that you in that pink towel, Lotion?
Hear anything? I cannot see anything. What the fuck is going on here?
Lotion? Was that you in the pink towel? Oh man.
Open to it. What does it? I can hear somebody.
Yeah, you can. You heard Harry. That's who you heard. That's my friend. Most people know I was talking. No. Hey, Flats.
Yeah,
Are you?
I'm gonna go out of Element.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
What?
Hello.
No. No.
Can you hear me?
Don't know what's going on. I can hear me twice as well.
I'm not muted.
Right, I can see that you're muting and unmuting yourself, Flats, but I still can't hear you.
Join voice. Hello. Is working
You're
now.
coming through now. Coming through.
Now it's working.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
What the hell is wrong with this stuff tonight?
Yeah, just keep messing up there.
Lotion, I asked, is that you with the? Was it you in the pink bikini and towel?
It says Discord is sharing my screen.
Yeah, we can see you. We see it on screen.
Yes, all right. You're sharing the screen in Discord. Oh my god, I call you Duper then. Lotion, sorry dude.
Sasquatch, no, unfortunately I don't have any guns because it's just too much of a slap for all the rigmaroles to have licenses and stuff. I could have got my dad's Browning from when he died, but at the end of the day, my stepfather has the gun now. But no, I don't have any guns as of yet. It's a mission, but I'm thinking of getting some gas-powered guns because you don't need a license for that.
Flats, the gorillas got handed. Come on. Give him a bit of credit.
So you guys can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see
Absolutely.
you. We can see you modeling around with the pink G-string.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
what the fuck?
That's what you usually are. Is that on the weekends, is it? Spud says I'm like a megaphone, so in Discord I'm even louder. Oh my goodness.
How's that so soft from my side? I hear you less now than when you were in Element.
But they hear me like a megaphone apparently.
Weird.
And it's strange. I don't think there's anything I could do from my settings to it. It's a phone, so I don't think I can.
Well, this weekend I'm getting my earphones, then I can play everything through the system, then I should be able to be better.
Right, Spud, what about that? I've just turned the media volume down. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but...
So you can see my screen right now, though?
Yeah, the clouds.
Yeah, absolutely do.
Okay, alright. So I guess, I mean, if you can share this, then I guess this will work. Open it with an editor, though, so...
Yeah, use Paint because the Globies love it so much. Globies love Paint. It brings them back to their origins of eating crayons. Wait.
Alright, there we go. See? Okay, so this is above an Air Force base.
Okay.
And I'm looking at this thing one day, and I'm just kind of like, holy crap, it looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer.
It does, eh? It's got the same kind of shape.
So, yeah, so if you look kind of closely, it comes back here, if you can see all this.
Yeah.
And it's like you can see the silhouette of this thing. It's got these two big radar balls here. And there's some detail up in here. But when I get to this point, there's like these three things that come in, comes down. But the main is that this thing was hovering there for a good 40 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Comes up. It's got this crane metal. Looks like some form of boom. And this comes down here. You kind of see what I'm looking at? But what the weird thing was this here. I don't really know how to explain. You can see this thing start to take off. And there's a giant it looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer. I'm no joke about this. Then it's got this rare thing back here. It comes down.
Hey, no thanks. Good to see you, mate.
I think we were talking about
So, let me get the other one. So this is the contrasted image of it.
Yeah, now you see it. Now you see it more clearly.
Yeah.
This thing was huge. This is probably about a mile in length. From where I was.
That came out for that, isn't it? I mean, it sort of does look like it.
Reminded me of Star Wars. And this is taken with a real camera, not a phone.
Rachie says you just see clouds, and Turning This 2 says, I believe this is called pareidolia.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Sorry?
It's when these shapes and things and that in clouds, like you might see a Volkswagen, you might see an Optimus.
Yeah, you make associations. Yeah, pareidolia is you're making associations with shapes. Yeah, and things to see it. That's why a lot of the things but the Globies love using the argument pareidolia when you show them, look, there's a rat in space on a rocket, you understand? Then it's like, it's just pareidolia when it's but that's an actual rat. You understand? Ooh. But I mean, there's some weird stuff that you pick up sometimes.
And this is all with a real camera, not a phone. So my camera's not getting altered by AI or anything. So like the old pirate ship that had the women at the front of the ship, or like some statue and whatnot.
Yeah, like a mermaid or something.
Yeah, it's meant to avoid us evil spirits.
This might be warding off good spirits. Okay, so you got a head here. Horn comes up. Okay.
You can even see like the eye there. Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
your
looks like a
eye.
dragon head.
Eye.
Almost like a dragon head. Like a.
It's got like a smirk on its face.
Almost like a skull kind of dragon thing. That's weird. Yeah.
Alright. Comes down.
that's not
This thing
nice.
is so good. It's so goofy.
Hey, that's
It's metal. It's metal.
That's not nice. You're not supposed to be drawing Creaky Blinder here.
It looks like a heavy metal poster.
And so it comes down to this. This is like the middle, and it comes into a rib cage. Has one here, one here, one here, and then it actually comes down.
Funny says audio
and
is
there's another one.
terrible. Terrible. Flatoid sounds fine, but can't understand anyone else. Now my sounds fine, but you guys all sound terrible.
When it goes back into this thing, there's this big
I
hexagon.
don't think they can hear me.
Like,
Oh wait, can you guys hear me? Hello? Everybody's saying they can't. You guys are sounding terrible, but I sound 100%. I
Oh,
don't
I
know
can
why.
hear you fine, I can hear Lucian fine.
We'll try this.
Because now my input volume's staying at 100, it's not going off, which is brilliant. But now my sound's fine, their sound is awful. There's too much gain.
Let's see.
Can I put them down a bit?
Oh, it's him, he just closed his feet. Right.
What is that a bit better, guys?
Hello, hello, hello.
I'll put you softer, so.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
I can hear you fine, I can hear you all fine.
So this was above my town.
Make it say it's my fault. I'm preempting the levels. They are sounding like distorted, like their mics are too loud. Can you guys set your own levels? Because they say if I'm setting the levels, it distorts too much.
Right,
Hopefully, when I get the earphones
your
this
dad,
weekend,
that's
I'll
the
be
thing I
able
can do, is the
to
thing.
set the sounds with the system. Then it will be much better. But yeah, for now, unfortunately, it's gonna sound like you guys are in a shoebox. They say it sounds better now.
Better now?
They say it sounds better, yeah.
I muted the mic on my laptop.
But we're gonna have to end the stream anyway
No worries.
because
I'll get up some good ones for you with this. But this is just a few of what I have.
Yeah. There's nothing I can do, I don't know. It's just, I'm just gonna have to get a laptop.
But no stress, guys. Yeah, thanks all for coming to another not a professional show.
Oh well, off the cuff, one of them. It's improvisation for you, dude.
But yeah.
You're probably so upset. Oh, just another 12 hours.
Well, Duper if you actually went and presented something, would have been more interesting.
Absolutely.
If someone, I mean, we can't help the Globers don't want to present anything.
We'll stay on another 2 hours, if you present for 2 hours.
I'll go get petrol for my generator. How's that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Turing says, I tried running to the horizon, but it keeps moving away. Yeah, because it's an optical position. It's not an actual position.
That's funny.
So yeah, guys, sorry about being so unprofessional. I want to try and better that.
Yeah, this is tough without. This is tough to do it without internet, but I'm glad that we actually know this works.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you've got decent enough signal, you'll be okay. But when I was working off my mobile data in this flat where I'm at, it's terrible.
Hey Andrew, yes you did miss it, mate. Anyway, so guys, I want to say thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Lumpy and PJ.
Not a problem. Sorry, say that again.
Say thank you for coming.
Not a problem. I thought you said something else. Yeah, not a problem, dude.
And then I want to say thank you to everybody that just showed up and those that did present at least. Hopefully next time we'll get some Globies presenting something, because they are always big mouth in chat. So it'll be great to have them on actually presenting something sometime. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Like I said, this is so unprofessional. But thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate you all. If you do like the channel, please don't forget to hit that like button and share and subscribe, as it does help to get it out to a wider audience. So I'll be seeing you guys again tomorrow night and Thursday night, and then I'll be gone until Monday evening. So yeah, that's why I've streamed tonight, is because I'm not going to be here this weekend. But it's good to see you guys. Thanks all for coming. You guys are awesome. Until tomorrow night, many blessings, and may the pressure be with you. Cheers.